What up, investors? I'm sure if you're a Sprint or T-Mobile shareholder today, you are pretty happy. You've been going on, if you've been a long-term holder, especially in Sprint, you've been hoping for this day to come since like April of 2018. A federal judge said that he's going to approve the $26.5 billion acquisition of T-Mobile to Sprint to create basically the 3 and 4 position within the wireless carrier in the U.S. They're going to be combined and becoming number 1, compete with Verizon and AT&T, and be able to come into the 5G network cycle within somewhat of a fair shoot kind of things. So that being said, that is more of the news that you see. A couple other little tidbits of the news you might see regarding the share prices. I believe if you own Sprint, you're going to be getting 0.10, so a tenth of a current T-Mobile share. So basically, it's nothing like crazy significant. But like, so for example, here's Sprint today. It's up 73% currently as we speak, and then here is T-Mobile, which is up at least about 11. So this has been quite a significant jump. So we're talking $10 here in T-Mobile, and we're talking like $4 almost in Sprint, which is the ticker symbol S. This is great, I believe. Honestly, I'm just glad. With anything dealing with the government stuff, it just forever. So let's go back to, here's 18. Here is the acquisition right here, or when the how do I draw? I'm gonna draw a big circle right here when the acquisition news came out. So they're like, oh snap, like T-Mobile wants to buy Sprint. This is gonna be fantastic. The 3 and 4 guys are gonna come together, and they're gonna make a really strong 3 to kind of compete with Verizon and AT&T that kind of have a foothold in a lot of different parts of the United States. So they kind of give the consumer another option. On the charts, looking wise, on the weekly chart, this thing has been getting clobbered left and right because they have not been able to compete with the T-Mobiles and the Verizon, just undercutting them, and then offering honestly better services, like just better networks, better communication things, to be able to make reliable calls. Like AT&T, even though their network sucked in 08-09, they invested heavily, and they came out on top. It's hard to tell who's number 1, Verizon or AT&T, but they're so close. Like whoever you talk to, they're either or. They're Verizon or AT&T. But that being said, I like this move now with Sprint. So basically, we had the 3-year high. Let's go back even further. Let's throw back at a monthly chart. All right, Sprint used to be $27.02. So that is crazy. So that was back in 2006. The recession happened. Bada bing, bada bang. Honestly, never really recovered. It just had troubles. This is probably due to lack of investments, having too many resources and other things, and then long-term debts just kind of coming up, and those payments just stockpiling. But that being said, you can kind of see here, I'm going to draw just a wonderful little trend line here, kind of cutting through here. It broke the trend right there. So let's draw another little circle. There we go. Oh, give me a circle. So little circle right here. Oh, and we're gonna move. Oh, there. All right. So let's go back to the daily, and so you can kind of see that. So that's when the trend broke. So this is great. So if it stays above this line, but again, there are some obstacles, and I'm not anywhere near a legal analyst of what's going on here. This was a huge hurdle, but this is not the final signature dried on the contract. Sprint could pull back a little bit here, but this is kind of a scenario where if this federal judge approved it and it was great, and everyone else is basically going to be moving forward. Could you have predicted this move? I was actually playing around with some Fibonacci retracements here. So you kind of go from the top of here. This is on the daily chart again, and you go basically up to here. You're basically hitting the 1%, the 100% up here. But I would have put my money on like $9 to going up there. But since they announced you're getting a tenth of a share of T-Mobile, that kind of evens out to what the current price is and what the asset value was if they could combine together. I think I read it was like 60 billion asset like net value of the companies combined. Again, that's kind of vague and so forth like that, but I find it interesting that, again, you could never have predicted this unless you were like knew what the federal judge is going to say. But of course, people on Wall Street bets, I'm sure the options value just went skyrocketed on some of these guys. So even like if I just looked up here, and if I had the $5 option, let's go here. We're going to copy this and then bring it to the chart. We can kind of see, and it doesn't work. Dang nabbit. All right, let's see. We go here. All right, we got to copy. All right. Copy. There we go. Paste. All right, so the option basically got down to like 6 cents, and now it's $4. So you literally, that's how you get really rich, make a lot of money really fast. Placing these bets, and again, they are bets because you just never know when the news is going to break or the judge is going to come out and say something like this. We knew the trial was going on, but unless you just had insider knowledge of this stuff, you just can't tell. But that being said, long term, you're going to becoming. I want to see what happens with this company. So looking for more on the T-Mobile side of things on their chart. You can kind of see here, I want to do a Fibonacci retracement here. So this is taking the high to the low of this year, and you're hitting the 618, so $91. So I feel like if it comes down to $91, that could be a potentially buying opportunity. So we're going to create an alert at or below, bada bing, bada bang. If it ever gets down to that point, who knows if it does, it does not. Again, there are still some moving parts going forward with this deal to get it finalized. This is, let's see, I want to go actually to a longer time frame, and basically hitting, looks like an all-time high forever in T-Mobile, breaking the top here, which is really bullish. I like this a lot. I don't own T-Mobile, I actually own AT&T stock because it pays a nice dividend, but it doesn't look like T-Mobile pays any kind of dividend. It does not. It doesn't see anything here, unless they pay a special dividend, which I don't see that as well. No, I don't see that. So that's, yeah. So this is moving forward. Again, not even just the charts aside, this is a great thing. This is bringing more competition to Verizon and AT&T to kind of get their game up, and it's giving T-Mobile and Sprint the chance to compete in the next generation of mobile connections within 5G. So I always liked the underdog story, and these guys were definitely the underdogs in a lot of cases, and I just want to see them succeed, honestly. It's never want to have 35,000, 40,000 people just lose their job because of some things that some executives made in 08, 09 with bad investments, and just try to help them move along. They had a great core, and they just need to kind of cut back a little bit, then expand out and blossom to a beautiful flower, that we have today with this wonderful merger. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave it down below in the description. Again, this is Ken from the Dyslexic Investor, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace!